Hey, good morning. Apologies for being tardy. Had a little technical problem and had to restart the computer. I see you guys are all ready. We're ready to visit here. Yes, everybody in Florida, you got a little rain shower going on. So, you people on the coast, y'all, this is situation normal, right? You know that going into it, especially when you get your quote for your home insurance. We can't even insure our home on the coast. So you got your coffee and you are ready to get started, Marcia. That's great. All right. All right, you guys. So we are stitching seasonal stitchy stars. And hi, by the way, I'm Becky from Power Tools with Thread. And if you're new here, I just like to hang out with you in your sewing room. I've chopped off my head. Hold on a moment here. Let me turn this and get this up a little bit. Quilting, machine embroidery, and it's really nice to see everybody this morning. I'm looking over here at my computer. I can see your chat. So we are stitching this pattern. This is Seasonal Stitchy Stars, and it is from the Fat Quarter Shop, and it's a pattern by Lori Holt. You're soggy in Vermont? Well, seems like the whole eastern seaboard's getting a little bit of rain. Isn't that right? Tuning in tonight from Tokyo. Oh, yay. That's great. What did my friend Kathy, she was stationed in Japan. She used to have a phrase. I'm going to have to remember. It'll take me, it's been a minute, I don't know, a couple, 20 years, right? But this is not a quilt, like a bed quilt. This is a table runner, and it's the same pattern for each season done in different colors. And we are doing the fall. Oh, I was shooting a video yesterday and I used our two blocks that we've already done for little prep on the back wall. Let me grab those. Hold on. I apologize. I hate to step out of camera. But with my my technical issues, I wasn't prepared this morning. A little frazzled. Okay. So we got out of order. Becky, got out of order. And I stitched the 8-point star block first. And then yesterday I did the wool star. And today we're going back to pattern number 1, the evening star block. All of the items that I'm using while I'm stitching, I have links below the video. You can click on those and get them all. Today we're going to be using a tool we haven't used before, and that is the 3.5-inch squaring block. Really, really important. If you're making this pattern, you need to get one of these. This is one I have from another quilt store, but I have linked to them at the Fat Quarter Shop below if you need one. So it's when I first started quilting, I would look at all these individual little blocks and I'm like, it's just a piece of acrylic. How important can it be for that one thing? Y'all, I'm telling you, rulers, proper rulers make all the difference in the world. And that's why we have stacks of rulers. Now I've got my ruler back here on my wall. I filled it up all the way to the top with all different kinds of rulers and whatnot. So, y'all, my son makes these. He's a pastor in Colorado Springs and he woodworks on the side. And he put 10 of them out on the store site the other day and they were gone in like 6 hours. They're just gone. So we have a store site, powertoolswiththreadstore.com. And just yesterday, Keith has been working like crazy in the shop and he makes these custom seam rippers and stilettos. It's a seam ripper on one end and a stiletto on the other, and makes these. They're nice. They're hefty. That you can hold them in your arthritic fingers and they feel good. And they're really wonderful. We restocked a whole bunch of these and also the necklaces. And the necklace is a half one of these, and it's on a nice heavy magnet that you can wear. I wear mine when I'm long arming. Very, very handy. Very handy to have that there. So if you ever get one of these, someone mentioned to me, she said, I think I have an error. I've got little grooves in mine. Well, the grooves are so that when whatever end you choose, like I like my seam ripper end near the groove, when it's closed, I know which end is which. Because you got a 50-50 chance of getting it wrong. So Nancy has the ruler rack and need one of the and need one for smaller rulers. Yeah, so it's I keep my little bitty rulers in bags, those Lori Holt bags or those bags from Fat Quarter Shop. But if you've got little bitty rulers, mine has a little bitty thing on top. But the ones we sell on the store site are closer together for smaller rulers. But if you've got little bitty ones, they're hard. Anyway, let's not talk about rulers. Let's talk about sewing. So I am not a fan of the method that is used to create these blocks because you're sewing on a triangle bias a lot. So let me show you what we're doing today. These are all the same block in different colors. So this is what we're making today. And there's a whole lot of bias sewing. Laura says she has 2 of Keith's seam rippers and loves them. You guys, those are great Christmas gifts for your stitchy friends. So he's working on getting them, stocking up the store site. Yeah. Well, good morning, April. Yep. Bernadette, you're here. Let's see if we can get going before you have to leave for your walk. Okay. I hope you had a good walk yesterday. All right. So I have got my fabric all cut and ready to go on my project board. The project boards are available at the Fat Quarter Shop. And I've got my alpha bitties. Alpha bitties are little plastic tiles. On mine, I hot glued a little square of fusible fleece to the back so that they don't float around on me. Okay. I have got, we're going to need the rotary mat to be able to trim up our blocks to size. And I've got my Olfa rotary cutter handy, ready for that. And I have my Cricut Easy Press iron. And then these are my pressing tools that I use. So, and I'm ironing on a Steady Betty. I am stitching on the Brother PQ 1500 stitching machine. Scotty Dog says she just got her brand new Juki, and it looks a lot alike. They kind of do. They kind of have the same stickers on them too. Isn't that funny how that works? All right, let's get going here. Let's see. We need, okay, here's the first thing I don't like to do. So, square A. We need to cut this on the diagonal into 4 little triangles. So, I'm going to do that. Not a fan, y'all. Not a fan. I need to get this so that you guys can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So I'm going to move this is why you have project boards, to be able to just move these things around. They're so nice. Okay. And I'm going to grab my little ruler here and just cut it in half diagonally twice. Have you guys seen that Sew Tights has a new cutting system coming out on the market? This thing is revolutionary. I got mine yesterday. I'm going to do a video on it. Very excited about that. So when you're doing this, try not to let that fabric shift around a whole lot, okay? You want that fabric just right. Now, I don't think that it matters. They're all the same. Okay. What I'm going to do now, before I even move these, I'm going to take my little friction pen, all right? And I'm going to make an X on the outside, right on the edge. This is the outside edge. And that side, I'm not going to sew on it for the next block. This is important because these sides are not equal, right? They're not equal sides. This is the long side. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing which one is which. So I just will mark my long side. Okay, so let me get block A. All right. And now we need block C. There are 2 of block C. And I'm going to put them right on top of each other. I'm going to try and cut them at the same time. Let's see if we can do it without any drama. If your cutting was good, you should be okay. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in marking, pinning, cheating, doing everything possible that you can. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's the love of my life, rolling out of bed, heading outside. Okay. You definitely want a rotary mat when you're doing this kind of cutting, because if you have to turn the things without a mat, everything's going to get shifted around, and you don't want that. Okay. So I'm just going to put my little X's on the outside, long edges, so I know not to use that one on both of these. How are you guys doing? You love your mini Cricut iron. Yeah, I know. April, that thing is so cool, isn't it? Mini Cricut irons are very cool. I like it because it's small enough to fit in the harp of the embroidery machine when I'm doing applique. That's very handy. Oh, yeah, and the friction markers too. April, you're just plugging all my little products. I love that. Okay. Well, y'all, I've been doing this for so long. And once I find a product that I really like that makes my life easier, I just stick with it. Okay, and then square E. We need to do the same thing for it. Y'all notice I'm cutting this fabric upside down because I'm going to mark on it. Okay, we got to go in the pool a little bit yesterday. It's so nice here. The temperature has dropped to 98 or 99. We have 60 days over 100 degrees this year. We broke a record in our area. And I live southeast of San Antonio, Texas. And they say we're going to have a couple more 100-degree plus days next week or later this week. And then that should be it. It'll be nice to get into fall. Yeah. The Juki and the brother, probably identical machines. Yeah, same sticker. I'm telling you, this one and the Baby Lock Jane and the Juki brother. And yeah, I would guess same engineering team designed those machines. I would guess that. All righty. Good morning. You're sewing with me as well. Good. I want to make sure. Is there a reason why I use fusible batting on the alpha biddies? It's just what I had on hand, Bernadette. Yeah. Let me back out a little bit. Yeah, that's just I was looking for something. Turn this up. I was looking for something that was really thin. I didn't want something super thick. And I obviously didn't iron it because the alpha biddies are plastic. But I just cut a 7/8 inch strip because the squares are 1 inch wide, right? And then hot glue dot. I did a hot glue dot on the plastic and popped it on the fleece and then trimmed it kind of so you don't see the fleece. Ugly but effective. It works. works great. I have those from that you can embroider, but you embroider on fusible fleece as well. Not fusible, non-fusible fleece. All right, you guys, it's time to get into making our hourglass units. So on these, we're going to take triangle A. It used to be a block, now it's a triangle. Triangle A and triangle C. And if you're doing this with me, now you know why there are little X's on those outer edges, because you've got to get these together. And you don't use the outer edge. So now I'm going to play puzzles and figure out how to do this. So here's my longer outer edge and longer outer edge. Here we go. Just like that. Your longer outer edges are out here on the outsides. Okay. So when you sew this unit together, you press to the dark to block C. It's got little arrows in the pattern. And then I'm going to have another little block C. And the arrow is out here. And a block E. Well, triangle E now. There. This is how they go. Okay? All right. I'll put this away. Here. So you've got to match your points. Now, when you use this machine, you don't need a leader or ender. It's just not required. But when I sew on this, I don't like to begin on a teeny tiny little point. So I will flip it over and sew with the 90-degree angle starting. That's how I do that. And then I have the 1/4-inch seam tape from Cluck Cluck Sew on the bed of my machine. And I'll keep that little point right there to that outside 1/4-inch seam marking and keep it straight. When I stitch, I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at this. The needle knows what it's doing. I'm making sure that stays straight. Okay, now I'm going to sew these two together. Alrighty. And they want you to make 4 of these. So outer edge out here, outer edge out there, outer edge out here, and outer edge out here. There we go. That makes life a lot easier to be able to see those outer edges because they have a little X on them. Yeah. So many triangle pieces. Oh, yeah. Oh, that exploding star pattern. I've seen that and I'm like, nope, not my idea of a good time. No, thank you. I was in a class, a private lesson the other day, and a lady had this pattern. It was an applique pattern for Texas, and it had a whole bunch of cactus leaves. And the designer of the pattern had not also provided separated pieces. The designer had just given a full final print. And this sweet lady, she lives down in Corpus, and she was asking me, how can I get the ScanNCut to cut these leaves? And I was like, you can't. Yeah, that's not going to happen. She said, I can't draw them. I guess she has dexterity issues. And so you'd have to redraw everything. I said, can you reach out to the designer and ask her for those? She said, when I took the class, she had pattern pieces already drawn out. Y'all, I got to look at this again. Make sure I'm sewing correctly. I need to sew this edge together. Okay. Yeah, when you do machine embroidery with the method that I use, you have got to really applique. You've really got to look at those patterns and make sure it's going to work for you. If you've got something with a lot of overlapping pieces, you absolutely need to have, oh gosh, I'm fixing to get to you. Don't be so picky. You absolutely have to have those individual pieces drawn out. Yeah. What'd you get, Teresa? I think I missed it. Oh, you got your Juki Salvation. Oh, girl, $50. Atta girl. Yeah, it's worth haunting those stores. You never know what you're going to find. All right. Oh, I'm not done. Oops, no, I don't. I was going to say I have a problem, but I don't. Okay. These go like this. I got a little confused because I had one more orange piece than I needed. I need to make sure I have got this sewn. I've got this right. This goes like this. This is the edge I'm sewing. And this is, okay, I got it. Early, y'all. Early. But I like that we're doing this. I'm getting this table runner done. I love it. I took a little time yesterday too. And let's see. There we go. Started the American Pie block of the month. I got the first set of framing units in navy blue done yesterday. Okay. So I'm going to make it looks like we're pressing to the orange no matter which one of these triangles we're sewing. We're ironing, I'm sorry. Oh, playing with triangles. Okay, so when I open these up, I will finger press them first. Let me, I'm going to move my little table over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. My internet was really bad this morning. And y'all, you know what? I have gone back and looked at my, I've gone back and looked at my little videos to see what you guys see. And my internet, I wish it was better. I do apologize. I know it gets kind of wonky. There's nothing for it. So I just finger press that, and I want to make sure that this is, you want to make sure this is straight. Hello, Frito. Good morning. Yes, okay. Dogs are up. Daddy let her out of her crate. Yeah. They get up at 7:30 our time. If you've got a quilter's cut and press and it has those lines on it, because it's got measuring lines on it on the heat surface, that's very handy. You just don't want to press them so that they're kind of wonky like that. You want them to be straight. You tell it who's boss right off the bat. Do I have the scissors button on my machine? I do. Oh, let's see. Your Juki has a cutter on the front of the foot pedal. I don't have that foot pedal on my machine. So you've got a different model. Your needle and threads when you use the scissor button. Okay, Scotty Dog, I've got a link to some thread. The problem is not the machine. The problem is your thread. I've got a link to some thread below in the description box. And I use a poly thread without any sheen to it. It's from Connecting Threads. I buy it by the spool. by the cone. These machines don't like weak thread. And while I love Aurifil thread, love it to death, if I use Aurifil in this machine, my needle unthreads every time. Y'all, it's not the brother cutting the thread short. It's the thread not being strong enough to withstand the cut. And so the needle unthreads. Drives you crazy. I will tell you, the needle threader on this machine, that little button you pulled, it's horrible. It's horrible. I have one of those old-fashioned needle threader doolollies. One of these. I have one of those. I just use it. The needle threader on this machine is the pits. But everything else about the machine is phenomenal. So, just like husbands, you have to take the good with the bad, right? The bad with the good. Yes, I use polyester thread for piecing. I sure do. I use, I do. Absolutely. This is called Essential Pro White. It's from Connecting Threads. This is what I use. Yeah, this stuff, I piece with it. It's all I piece with because I piece on this machine. And that machine does not like weak thread. I've even used the Essential from Connecting Threads. I started using their thread because I picked up, they've got like rainbow bundles of it at the quilt shows. And even their cotton, it pulls out of the needle. It's not the machine. Yep. Oh, you use Aurifil thread on yours, Teresa. Well, then maybe I don't have a tension setting properly. That could be it. I don't know. That would require me to actually take a minute to fiddle. I mean, I struggled with it until I found the right thread for this machine. All machines are different, you guys. So the one that cuts with the pedal must be different. I'd probably cut my thread accidentally. I'm so used to using the scissor button. I just tapping my foot to some music and I'd cut my thread. Knowing me. Oh man. You only see my mouth. You're not missing anything. I'm ironing. I'll put it up on my head here in a minute. I'm trying to get these together. Okay. Now I'm not pressing these open, you guys, because they need to nest. And if I press my seams open on these triangle bits, I don't get a good nest. And nesting is important so that we have nice seam. Darn thing. Sitting here ironing with my iron cooling off. Didn't realize. Okay. So now we need to take an AC unit, and a CE unit and hourglass them together. Okay. So I'm going to nest these right together. I did a video on nesting, a year or so ago. It's really slow, really basic. And somebody left a comment today that said, thank you for the video. It was nice and slow. I appreciate that. Sometimes people go too fast. Well, yesterday, day before, I was watching a video from Minimal Mom about how to deal with negativity when you're a YouTuber or online. Okay, we're going to sew. I don't like starting on points, but I'm going to do it. And with this machine, it doesn't pull it down in. It's very good about this. So hold on, my buddy, and I sent him a text last night, making sure they weren't floating away in Florida. Okay. So I was watching this, they were talking about negativity, and it's really funny. I don't get very many negative comments on my videos at all. I have the nicest and best viewers in YouTube land ever. So in the almost 5 years I've been doing this, I have maybe had, like, on one hand, I can literally count on one hand the negative comments I've had. But the one I read, and it's so funny because you get so many positive, but I think this is true with all of us. It's the one negative thing somebody says that sticks in your mind, and you remember that, right? So somebody can tell you all day long that you look wonderful and your hair's pretty and everything's great and da da da. And the one time somebody says something negative, you will remember that. I don't know why we're wired that way. Anyway, what this person said on that particular video about nesting, and I left the comment on there. She said, "You're no Eleanor Burns." Oh gosh. And I did laugh. I'm like, of course I'm not Eleanor Burns. She's an icon in the industry. I giggled at that kind of stuff. But I mean, that's not really negative. But she was like, "You're no Eleanor Burns. Who do you think you are?" That's the way I took it. It may not have been the way she meant it. I'll give credit where credit's due. So it's not you. You're returning a baby lock accomplished because you hated the threader. Okay. Too old to struggle. Yeah. See, Debbie. Yeah. That's it. You have to factor in all of those things. On my Designs by Juju Ultimate phone case video, I read a comment this morning. Lady says, that's that in the hoop phone case that you embroider. I did a video on that a couple years ago. Lady says, my zipper isn't the right size. Is it real hard to change the design to accommodate the zipper? I told her, I said, you better have some serious digitizing skills if you're going to do that. It's easier to go buy a new zipper. But hey, if you're a digitizer and you want to do that, knock yourself out. That'd be fine. Yeah, Candace, that's true. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's right. That's the old golden rule kind of thing. Right up there with do unto others, right? Yeah. Well, it's all right. I'm a firm believer too that that makes you stronger when you hear those things. You learn the way of the world, and it makes you a stronger person to deal with things that come your way. Okay. I've got my little hourglass blocks all sewn together with the whole 9 yards being on the triangle. Now, there's another way to do these if you're dealing with 2 colors, but these hourglass blocks have 3 colors. I like to make hourglass blocks where you put the fabrics face to face and then draw diagonal lines and then sew on either side, all 4, or use your seam marker like we did the other day. Oh, Candace, you're so sweet. Thank you. Candace gave me a super sticker. That helps. I think I can get doggy biscuits now. That comes directly to me. I appreciate that. It's a way to help the channel, help me create content. Very nice. I was really glad when YouTube started to do that. Okay. All right, I press these open, you guys, and I'm going to use my seam roller bar to give it a good press and let the weight of the fabric. Look how pretty that turned out. Ta-ta. Okay. So I'm going to press all these open. The Baby Lock Accomplished can now handle heavy thread, great for making handbags. Yeah. Yeah. That's great, Cindy. Oh, well, Laura, good. I'm glad you're feeling like you're mastering your embroidery machine. You know, embroidery machines are so intimidating. I've kind of made it my goal in life for everybody who's got a sewing and embroidery combo, and you've never pulled that embroidery arm out to give you the muscles to be able to do that. It's just a sewing machine that moves the fabric for you as opposed to you moving it. And yes, there are all kinds of, you got to figure out the stabilizers and the needles and the da-da-da, the thread and all that. That's the same as any sewing. It's just like doing bags. I'm not a fan of bags. I don't like making them. I think it's because I don't like fiddling with all of those layers. I think. I still have to make those little stuffed toys for my granddaughter that she wanted. I haven't had time to do that. So, oh, I was working at the Allbrands Lone Star University, and we were making those. We were making blocks for Be Vintage. I was digitizing those simple shapes and making blocks. And I got home and I ironed my blocks, trimmed them up and ironed them. And y'all, that stabilizer shrunk up on me. I don't know what kind of stabilizer we were using. I didn't like that. Not happy. I'll have to quilt it out. Okay, so here we go. Now we need to press these, trim these down to a certain 3.5. I'm just going to give you guys the measurement. So I'm going to use my squaring ruler, and my squaring ruler has lines on it that I can see and line up with my seam lines. I'm going to hold it real tight in the middle, and I'm going to get my rotary cutter. Here we go. Whoop. I need to put some grippies on the back of this. I got some Steady Betty grippies. They're called Betty Dots or something. I'm going to line this up each time. It's hard because you've got seams that are making bumps. Plus, I'm sitting down. I usually will do this standing up at my cutting table. All right. How do we do? Oh, that turned out. Look at that. That's really nice, you guys. See that? Okay. Well, there's one. Who's that? You hear me saying, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't matter. You know, there's a lot of stuff in life to worry about, you guys. Messing up a block isn't one of them. Unless you're out of fabric. Then you have reason to panic. Everybody in the quilting industry so far has been very nice. I've met a lot of people. I met Laura Koya from So Very Easy on, it was at Market last year. And when people meet me, they say, "You're taller than I expected." Y'all, she's tiny. I was very surprised. Took a picture with her. She came up under my arm. All right. There's two. Very nice lady. I think stitchers, as a rule, are very nice people. Until there's a frenzy at a fire sale, then look out. Going in, elbows first. Oh, sewing on triangles, you guys. Let's see. You guys are all hanging in. All right. I hope you've got some stitching you're doing, or some cutting, or some fabric folding, organizing, something like that. Keep you busy today. All right, here we go. There's this one. What time is it? Oh no, they don't get fed until 8 o'clock. All right, there's number 3. These are turning out great, you guys. We're going to the coast this weekend. We're going to leave Friday morning. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to do a live on Sunday, because we're going to be at the coast, and the internet down there is less than stellar, because there's so many people down there for Labor Day weekend. So I don't think so. I'll probably put a notice on that in the Facebook group that I won't be doing a live on Sunday. Okay. All right. All 4 are finished. Good. All right. So that is our ACCE unit. Okay. We got all 4 of those. This looks good. Yes. Okay. All right. Now we're going to cut fabric B and D squares on the diagonal once. So we have 4 of fabric B. I'm going to do 2 at a time. Okay. And then on these squares, what you want to do is cut them right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little X right next to the center line, so I know that that is the long side. It likes to walk around. So the long side is on the center. I'm not going to sew using that edge. I just have to mark it, y'all. I'll stare at these and go, what? Okay. Oh, my watch is nagging at me. You need to get up and move around. You need to leave me alone. I'm busy. Planning on trimming a quilt that's ready for binding. Ah, wow. Well, I'm not going to have a Sunday live. You're not missing a thing. Last Christmas gift. You are on the ball, Connie. Good for you. I haven't even started. Haven't even started. Woo. Okay. And now we need to take, okay, there's 8 of the triangles out of block B. And then we need to take block D, both of them. There's 2 of block D. And cut them on the diagonal. Okay. Mark my long sides. Don't sew on the long side. This helps too because, you know, something will happen. I'll get up and walk away and then I'll be like, what was I doing? Okay. Now, we're going to set block D aside. And we're going to grab those triangles from block B and we're going to get, we have 4 of block F. Man, I don't like making these. And we're going to take a short side. And how are we going to sew this? How are we going to sew this? Let's see. The long side goes, y'all, this makes me nuts. Why can't I figure this out? There we go. Is that right? Yes. Is that right? No. You guys? Why can't I get this? Let me make sure this block is the right size. It's supposed to be, yes, it is. Okay. I don't have this right, y'all. You guys are screaming at the TV. Put it like that. Turn it, turn it. Okay. I've got issues here. I can never figure out how to get this because of these points. That's not right. All right, y'all. Let me put the long points together. How come I can't get this right? Ta-da! That's how it goes. Okay. Okay. And then like this. Okay, so put the long sides across the top. Yep. Y'all. Woo. Life shouldn't be that hard. All right, so there's that one. And here we go. And I'm going to solve this. So, okay. Okay. Now we're going. Y'all. Oh, my word. That's terrible. Pretty early for that. Okay. That's what the block should look like. Finally. That's what it should look like. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece, Sew it together. Yes, just like that. I'm going to put the pieced part on top so I can see the crisscross and I can hit it so I don't tip my point. Let me get my little points even together so everybody's happy. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Okay. I'm going to start in the middle. Oh, I see it now. Now, why are you? I must be getting close to the end of my bobbin. There we go. That's what that's supposed to look like. Okay. That's better. Ooh, y'all, that hurt my head. Goodness sakes. You guys are so fun over there. Y'all just talking amongst yourselves, visiting. That's great. Sorry for Harley barking, you guys. She wants breakfast. Okay. And then this gets trimmed as well with that ruler. So I'm just going to hold it. All right. I'm going to do it easy this time, you guys. I'm going to put the long edges. Let me get this. There. I'm going to put the long edges straight across the top like this. I put my little, just like that, and then fold these and sew them together. See how much easier it is when you set them up right? Okay. Line it up there. All right. Much better. You just made us feel, but you all do that. Betsy, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, why won't my brain do what I want it to? You know better. I'm going to make a mark on that seam where the lines cross, a little landing strip, so I know I can hit it. That way I don't have to mess around. Bingo. That'll work. Okay. You just remembered. Oh, yeah, y'all do your thumbs up, please. Although I don't know if I want everybody watching this video. I'm sitting here looking like a... What's wrong with her? How come she can't figure that out? Bless her heart. Yes, I get joy from sewing. Absolutely. Absolutely get joy from sewing. Unless I'm doing these triangle units. All righty. Bernadette says she stares at it for hours and going, what? Oh, Keith's outside watering the flowers now. I've got a pair of gardenias that my neighbor, when they left to move last May, she left me these 2 giant gardenias, and they're sitting out front. Y'all, I don't know how, but we limped them through the heat this year. I actually got a bloom on them the other day. A blossom. I was very surprised. Yep. Good morning. Oh, so the easiest way to find my Amazon site, y'all go to powertoolswiththread.com and open a new browser tab. Don't leave right now. And go to powertoolswiththread.com, and there is a one of the menu items is shop power tools PTWT links. When you go there, you will see all of the places that I am an affiliate for, and that includes Amazon. So I've got my Amazon store, and then Fat Quarter Shop, Hoops Sisters, Unit Dime, Unit anything y'all need, Sulky, whatever. Let me see here. Half a stitch. Should I fuss with it? I'm not going to. Yeah, right. And Katie is correct. You can click on the description box, and there's a button that says more. Right underneath the title, there's a button that says more. And then all of the links of stuff that I use are under there. That's where you get the pattern, you can get kits, you can get everything. But if you're wanting to get in Brilliant Stitch Artist too, you've got to, it's easier to go through my blog site than it is anything else. Look at that. See how easy it is when you've done it once or twice? Figure that out. Okay. You know, I'm glad I didn't start out with this block. I might have not done the rest of the quilt. I'd have been like, oh, heck no, this is too hard. Let's see. Right? Yeah. Like this. Okay. See, I'm still second guessing myself, and it's the last one. Lady had asked me in one of the private lessons, she asked me about, can you do a video on how to make the, quilts with the Wonder Curve ruler? I said, oh, no, I am not there on that. No. And the other day, one of y'all had said you were doing a Judy Niemeyer quilt, pulling the papers off. Woo, that is dedication, my friends. I've never attempted. I did attempt. That's not true. I did attempt a Judy Niemeyer quilt. Didn't I? No, I didn't. It was another designer. Getting to Know Hugh. That wasn't Judy Niemeyer. It was hard. Okay. I'm going to stitch this. See, that's why I have to mark those long edges, because I would have been still sitting here looking at it if I hadn't marked those long edges where not to stitch. Now these are oversized because we're going to trim them down. I just stitched a curve that went around the world, y'all. But ugly but effective. Yep. Let's see. Yeah. You guys stay safe with the rain and the hurricane. Yeah. Now their Floridians are until they get like once they get to a stage 3, you're really worried about a cat 3. You're really worried about the flooding. But up to a cat 2. Hello, Frito. How you doing? You guys want to say hi to Frito? She's right here. Hi, baby girl. Good morning. Good morning, sweet girl. Yeah, that's my girl. Oh, she's such a good dog. Okay, so now we're going to trim these down. All right. And my rotary cutter. Here we go. All righty. I got to go to the grocery store today, and I don't want to. I hate leaving the house, you guys. It's not my idea of a good time. And I could do that curbside where they bring it out to you in the car, but it's not. I still got to go to the UPS store. I've got a package that came in, so I got to pick that up. That looks pretty good. Okay. Whoa, I'm kind of close on 2 of these sides. Don't even need to trim. Okay. What are you guys doing? Nancy Rink, that's it. Yeah. With Stitch in Heaven. I did too, Connie. That's where I got it from. And I got about half of the blocks, the outside blocks done. And the inside, I just did not have the skill set. And I gave it to my quilty buddy, Lisa. She took it to South Carolina with her, and she finished it. And then I got some backing from Creative Notions Quilt Shop. It's a purple, deep purple, beautiful, kind of a grungy looking. And that's the backing. So because she finished it, I gave it to her. I gave her the quilt. It's a gorgeous quilt. Okay, there's 3. One more is 4. Then all we have after this, guys, is a 9 patch. Just sew it together. Nancy Rink. Beautiful, beautiful quilts. Just gorgeous. I'd love to meet her. It is amazing how the brain works. I could never in a million years come up with something like that. Just like Judy Niemeyer. Just never could. My brain doesn't. I'm too analytical. I don't think in designs like that. It's a gift, you guys. All right. So these are done. And now we're ready to put together a 9 patch. It's all in how you lay it out. Okay. So the green squares go, I'm going to do it on my design board. Hold on. Get my little alphabetes out of the way here. The green squares go to the inside. Okay. And the green triangles go to the inside. Just like, oh, pretty. See how nice that comes out? Look at that. I think that's one of my favorite blocks. I love the design of it. Very hard to make. Didn't that come out nice? Okay. Let's get this sewn up. I'm going to put this over here. Don't need it right now. And set this down here. Okay. When I sew my, oh, and I really like, we don't have any nesting seams, really. Not too badly. When I sew my 9 patches together, I like the seams on row 1 and 3 to go to the outside, and the seams on row 2 to go to the inside. That's just the way I do it. So I sew blocks 1 and 2 of all 3 rows first. You do need to nest the outer edges of blocks 1 and 2 on rows 1 and 3 on the outside points. Okay, so press to the outside for rows 1 and 3 and press to the inside on row 2 so those rows will nest. That's just a habit that I do. I always thought you said you had to make a 9 patch. That's exactly what I'm doing, sweetheart. Exactly what I'm doing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Okay. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. That's the quick part. 9 patches made up of a bunch of little bitty pieces. Yeah, those 9 squares. I break stuff down in my brain like that. Okay. And press the rows 1 and 3, press outward. Make sure I got my 1/4 inch seams there for the outside so they'll fit together. A lot of times I press from the back first. Do you guys ever do that? I'll press from the back first. Very nice. All right, and row 2, press this to the inside. It is lovely. I love everything that Lori Holt makes. Such pretty stuff. Okay, and to the outside. Turned out to be a Mary Poppins block. Aw, that sweet free spirit. Practically perfect in every way. Practically, almost, kind of, sort of, pretty much. Hey, as long as the end result works, we are good with it. I think this is going to be beautiful. We have a really long buffet that is in our living room underneath the TV. Oh, that's pretty. I'm going to sew all this together. And it's going to be, it's got pictures on it and stuff. And I will probably make the one for Christmas as well. Just get these sewn together. I don't know about my edges, y'all. But okay. I trust that it works. Trust the process. It's like Kimberbell. You never know what you're doing. And then you go, oh. In the end, you go, oh, that's how that works. Trust the process. Okay. Nest up that little corner. I don't know, you guys. We'll give it a shot. I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam, see what happens. I don't have as much faith in this one as I did my last two. But I have this skills in my arsenal here to make it work. Yeah, that's not right. That one turned out right there. That one's off. I knew that. I could sense it. What am I going to do about that? I could do nothing about it. You know what? I could do nothing. What do you think? What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Breeze right through the Christmas one. Yeah, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and fix it. I'm going to leave it, y'all. I'm going to leave it. I would have to look for that later on in life and go, I know there's an error in here somewhere. Let me sew from this side. Yeah. Just going to leave it. It's not worth dying over, as Jenny Doan says. Don't die over it. So I'm sewing blind from this other side. I'm going to take a pin and put it through the crisscross and mark where that point is here. So I'm not sewing blind. So I'm nested properly. And here's this one. Okay, that's going to be better. Nest up these two little corners. Yep, that's good. And that's good. Can I stand it? I don't think I can stand it, y'all. I don't think I can stand it. That's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to unpick this one and stitch it again about halfway. I can't stand it. Get through there. This is where I stitch double. I say I'll put up with it, and I know I won't. I shouldn't even try. Yeah, I'll be much happier when I fix that. You guys ever do that? Do nothing. She says, leave it alone. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. can't. I can't. Perfectionism, y'all, it is not always a good thing. You know, a lot of times, y'all know I will leave stuff be, but I just can't. Okay, so I'm going to nest these seams again. Okay. All right. And where they crisscross is right here. Let's get this going again. Okay. And then nest these two little points. So you guys, it takes me less than 30 seconds to fix it. If it's a 30-second fix, I'm going to fix it. There we go. That's better. All right. All done. Very good. I need to take this over to the ironing board and press it really well with the big iron. My piecing iron is not cut out for this kind of work. So, all right, you guys, this has been fun. Let me pull you all up. There we go. All right. Well, this has been fun, y'all. Here we go. This is the evening star block from Seasonal Stitchy Stars. Yes. See, it was worth the fix. That's right. Awesome. The shadow from the light would drive you crazy. I do have lots of light in my stitching area. I can make it brighter in here, but in the morning I start and it's dark. And so there's a window right here. And I have the blinds closed and I don't want to get up and open the blinds and brighten up the place too much. So, all right. Yep. All right, you guys, I did. I fixed it. It looks great now. Okay. So thank you for joining me. Tomorrow, we're going to do block number 4, which is the, let me see which one. It is the Cozy Star block, right? We've already made evening 8-point wool, and tomorrow we'll make Cozy Star block. So if you want to stitch with me, get that cut out. It is Seasonal Stitchy Stars from the Fat Quarter Shop. I've got links below, and I hope you can join me to sew with me tomorrow. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.